Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Goddard and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, it's late in the year. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And quickly now, here's a look at the Rams offense.
Kyle Rudolph had his 2nd Pro Bowl appearance last year when he had 8 touchdowns, just 1 off of his career high. One of the most likable, upbeat players in the league, continues to improve as a blocker, is one of the best pass-catching tight ends in the league. One of the guys that the Vikings like to build around for the future.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this is incomplete. For the Eagles, a look now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. It's quite a unit, number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding room to the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 11 carries, 73 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, and that helps the crowd, right? Helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They moved the ball well on their opening drive.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a man who started more Super Bowls than anyone in NFL history, the great Tom Brady.
I can't help but admire the career Tom Brady has had. The numbers are off the charts. The Super Bowl championships and rings, we know that they are incredible. But how about the durability? Had one season that he missed, most of that season because of a knee injury. The rest of the time, he answers the bell and wills his team to victory more times than not. And I bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
No,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 94 yards. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
5th in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong category. I mean, if you're in the top 5 in anything, I don't care whether it's football or tiddlywinks, you're having a nice season.
Quickly now, a look at the Eagles' offensive starters.
Taking a peek in the backfield at Melvin Gordon, who finished 3 yards short of 1,000 in 2016. Made sure that wouldn't happen in 2017. Rushed for over 1,100 yards, 12 total touchdowns. What I've always liked about him is how he keeps adding to his game. He did it in college, continues to do it in the NFL. We'll continue to see him blossom.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
Now Leonard Fournette, and he gets it down to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now they'll throw with Brady. Going underneath for Gordon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. The starting 11 now for Los Angeles on the defensive side of the ball. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And he's got it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. And he's had great protection back there to throw. Really been able to survey from the pocket.
That means the jersey stays clean, so the dry cleaning bill, that's ridiculous.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Antonio Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over as the season winds down and you look at them in totality. You know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Well, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage right that run after catch.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Darkwan. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Good play there to step in and knock that one away by Chris Harris.
Who said that he couldn't play in the NFL?
Not me.
Not you. A lot of scouts did. A lot of people undrafted and has turned himself into a Pro Bowl cornerback, one that really knows how to play the position.
First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 7-3 the score. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Open space inside the 10. And still fighting. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
I don't want downplay the run, but that's exactly what I expected out of him coming out of college. When I look back at my draft analysis, one of the highest-rated players on my board, a 3-down back who can do everything. And one of the best parts of his game is what he does when he doesn't have the football, because he carries it really well, but he blocks equally as well as pass protects for his quarterback. I think he's going to be special.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal with the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Throwing is Jackson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
All right, everybody in the house had to figure that was going to be a 1-yard plunge. I know I was fooled. How about you?
Absolutely. Had to readjust my eyes when it was a play fake. Good job defensively, though, to not bite.
Too bad that didn't end the series. They stopped the hold in there.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved.
False start. Offense.
Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And McManus able to put it through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment.
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
The Rams defense heading back onto the field. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Brady, and Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now Brady throwing on second down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. From the gun on third down, Brady got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Antonio Brown with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jackson on first down. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
A give. This is Chubb. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football. Incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Steps away to his left, and he's taken down inside the 30. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here's Darkwa. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
False start, offense.
So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Eagles have recovered.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Now, we had the fumble last week. Now, here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
On 2nd down, here's Brady. He's got the connection over the middle of the Diggs. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 1st down, Brady. They'll go screen here to Hunt, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, it's Brady. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And a catch right side by Evans. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Wait, 20!
Again, it's Brady. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So we've reached halftime here, and we now proceed to the start of the second half. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Here's Desmond King on the return. Oh, what a move. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now let's discuss Antonio Brown as he heads back out there now. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score on garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays. And I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say probably going to go back to him. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Jonathan Cyprien. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
On the run, this is Hunt. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. Left side caught by Diggs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Man open left side is Brown. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Holding offense.
So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Now Brady. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Kareem Martin in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patches, I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Now let's go. Blue, landed.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
To throw is Jackson. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Kyle Rudolph with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are now just a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. George Kittle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Hawker out now to kick it away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and it's 3rd and short.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running.
Here we go.
They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards, and he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Jackson. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And his throw here's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On 3rd down, Jackson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed and, more importantly, perhaps that first-round bye.
But they have to clinch it, don't they?
Yeah.
That's the key, right? So, in a sense, the playoffs have started. They've got to go ahead and get this thing done. Otherwise, it's a different road, and you really don't want to be at the mercy of other teams and their results.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Right 20! Right 20!
Brady now on 1st down. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Brady now throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh setting.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock. We're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. The bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A huge play that time for the Rams. 48 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Green 39!
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams can grab the lead if they hit the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
No, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's. And that's exactly what they did there.
Defense.
Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, You light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Hawker out now to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now second down.
Let's go!
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Rams on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
Now let's go! 3-19!
Again, Jackson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Wait, 20! Wait, 20!
Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Wait, 20! Wait, 20! Go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Quick slant there gets them the first down, 6 yards on the play.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A good pickup there, a 22.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady, and the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone. And I believe he likes it.
Zach Hocker back out now after the made field goal to send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Now Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Jackson on 1st down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Now Jackson on 2nd down. Fights loose. And he's going to go down again. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
Jackson from the shotgun. And this is going to be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Wait, 20. Wait, 10.
Brady going to throw here. Seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game, just his second incompletion, and we're in the fourth quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's got some help from his receivers as well. They also are locked in.
Yeah, the drops have been at a bare minimum. And Bullock will put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all, and that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
Give him 30 yards there. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On second down, here's Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Pass interference. Defense.
Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Jackson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson, and that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Eagles, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for L.A., their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.